Lakota T-Birds. Kurt, this is pretty much a packed house as we expected. And as you can hear them, they are announcing the wrestlers now. This doesn't matter, though. The wrestlers, Brian, they can still change. Is that not correct?
That's correct. They can change right up until they walk out onto the mat.
So what we're hearing does not necessarily mean that that's who's wrestling until they go up to the mat. It's all going to depend. There you heard, they just mentioned Carl Grove, state champion last year against Dave Barton, so that is a matchup which we think will take place, even though we don't know at this point. Kurt, your perspective, you did the match with me last year, or I did it with you, I should say. Your perspective over this great rivalry. You've been here for many years in basketball, and now you're here for wrestling. And I know last year was probably one of your first tastes of the actual rivalry. Your comments on this?
Well, I know last night in the basketball game, Terry Bridge talked about the noise level that took place at Lakota High School for the basketball game between Lakota and Fairfield, in which Lakota came out the winner. Well, I'll tell you, I'm sure tonight they can compare favorably in the noise level that is being generated here at Fairfield High School in this matchup between the Fairfield Indians and the Lakota T-Birds. After all, Lakota is number 2 in the city. Fairfield is number 1 in the city. So when you go 1 and 2, I'm very impressed with it. I'm very impressed with the intensity of these wrestlers. And also, you know, another thing, Paul, sometimes you go to a JV basketball game and some of the fans really aren't into it. Coming and seeing several of the JV matches, in which tonight it was Lakota topping Fairfield 33-30. Even in the JV competition, the fans are very much into the match.
As Coach Bob Dalton and Brian Ruby were saying, this could, Brian, as the reserve match, 30-30 going into the heavyweight. They end up winning 33-30. This varsity match could very well be just as close.
Oh, I agree. I think we ought to talk about something a little bit different here, too. We're also talking about, we're in Fairfield's home gym, in which Lakota has never beat Fairfield before.
Never have, you said?
They've never beaten Fairfield before at home.
That's real interesting with this crowd. Lakota is off to my right, to Kurt's immediate left here, and they have a tremendous following here this evening as well, as you can hear as a Lakota wrestler was just mentioned. But Fairfield's got them on both sides. Kurt, I want you to take a look, go straight up in the red sweater. John Clemens, who played in our hockey match last night.
And was handcuffed.
And Mayor Adolph Olivas. He is here. He did tell me that he was a little sore this morning. His rump had a nice little bruise on it, but he made it, and he's here this evening. So,
tell you this, Paul and Brian, let me ask you this, Brian, and being in Fairfield, is there an advantage when it comes to wrestling of being here in your own home gym?
Oh, definitely. You feel a little more comfortable here. You're not being booed when you walk out the door, as you might be in a visitor's team. And you have a lot of people here that's supporting you. Versus the people that's coming in, they've got to travel a little bit farther. So I think there is definitely an advantage to being in your home gym.
And, you know, I know last year at Lakota, when in that dual meet, they brought the smoke out and everything else, and it's a very colorful display the way they brought them on. And I feel from the Fairfield side, they probably felt a bit intimidated by the opening. It's like at the Cincinnati Cyclones game. Now they are flipping the coin. Tell us about this, Brian.
They're going to pick an odd or even, and there is an advantage to that. According to which team you get to pick, it depends on whether you get to choose the position first in the middle of the match. They'll have a 2-minute period, and then according to who got the flip, odd or even, he'll get the choice to say top, bottom, neutral, or defer.
We will begin with the 103-weight class, and there are a total of 13 meets. For Fairfield, it's Willie Weinberg, and for the Lakota T-Birds, it is 6 Few. And Brian, we're all set for it. 6 Few is a 8-5-1 as we are set to go, Brian.
The position first in the middle of the match. They'll have
Berg, and for the Lakota T-Birds, it is 6 Few. And Brian, we're all set for it. 6 Few is a 8-5-1 as we are set to go, Brian.
Right now they're setting each other up. Willie Weinberg just got a single, and he finished up with a half Nelson, putting stick on his back off, possibly Willie's a good fighter. He's coming off right now, but Willie's really cranking it in there pretty tight. I know that feeling. It's not a very good feeling, and there's a lot of pain in that right now.
Willie Weinberg on top for a moment. Now they break away.
Yeah, that's a one-point escape right there. Usually, we'll go ahead and we'll let him away for 1 point in order to get a takedown for 2 points. It's a new type of strategy. He's just shot for a double, and he finished off with a high fly. And again, there he goes with the half Nelson, and he's cranking it again, trying to get a pin. And they're out of bounds.
So right now we have 4-1 is the scoring right now. Fairfield on top, as Willie Weinberg is doing a very good job with a minute 11 left in this period.
I tell you, this is what exactly you need. You need a big win right off. And you get that big win right off, it can change the tide in the beginning of the match. Get things going your direction. Right now, they're trying to hold each other. Willie's trying to hold the other man down. It's Lakota T-Bird. In order so that they cannot score the point.
And, of course, Thick Few is trying to get that escape if he can and get a point. He's down 4-1 right now.
That's correct. That's correct. And here goes this half Nelson again. And it looks like it's possible. There it is. He got a 1-point escape, Thick did.
Good job at 4-2. Thick Few with 2 escapes.
Willie Weinberg shot a single. Yes, a single. And there's no points awarded yet because, as you can see, Thick is out of bounds, but Willie Weinberg still has some pointing points inbounds. And there it is. They called it out of bounds.
Good strategy on the part of Thick Few that time, doing as much as he can to get out of bounds.
Play the end of the line. Correct. Right. You want to keep from getting them points scored on you if possible.
4-2.
Now Thick shot a single. And he got a little bit overextended there, and it's not working in his advantage. Willie come out of it nice and clean, and they're both standing on the feet again, setting each other up for another type of takedown. And when a fireman's carry, that's a very difficult move to hit. Fairfield, what would you say, famous for that? They call it a Fairfield fireman's here.
Well, Willie Weinberg is the one who comes out winning at 6-2 right here. They are coming up with a 6-2, and quite an impressive move that time by Willie Weinberg.
Okay, Fairfield had the first choice, and he deferred it, and Thick chose down. He'll go ahead and he'll try for that 1-point escape again to try and bring that up to a 6-3 score if it's possible. I think that was probably a good move on his part, especially since he's down. Go ahead and give what's being traditionally given to you. Go ahead and take it.
We're in the 103-pound class right now. Willie Weinberg of Fairfield against Thick Few of Lakota.
There goes the half Nelson again by Willie Weinberg. He works as hard. Look at the way he's getting that elbow out in front, and it pushes the head all the way down deep. That's where you create that pain at, and it takes a lot on Thick's part to keep him going to his back. A lot of heart, I guess you would say, because he wants to win for this program of his, and he knows that a pin could be detrimental.
In the second period, minute 19 into the left to go in the period. 6-2, Fairfield leading with Willie Weinberg.
There's no points being given up right now. There he goes. He just decided to go ahead and give it out because he's been taking him down left and right, so he pushes him out. 6-3 score now. Willie's setting him up. Looks like Stick's starting to back up a little bit here. And there goes. Good head and arm. But if you see, they played the line again there, and there's no points going to be given. Oh, no. I take that back. The referee did give him 2 points.
Gave him 2 points. It looked like Thick Few was coming back in on that escape of picking up his 3rd point, but then Willie Weinberg picks up 2 on the pin down, 8-3.
Marginal call on the referee. Probably it's a good call.
I tell you, it's got to be tough to be an official in wrestling. It is tough.
Oh, I tell you what. I would not want to be an official in wrestling because there's so many things that you have to watch for, and you know, in a match like this, with 1-2 in the city, you can't win as a referee. No matter what you call, one coach is not going to agree to it.
Thick Few of Lakota has been operating from the behind position through this entire match, trailing 8-3. 18 seconds left in the period.
I'd say Willie will hold him down for this entire 13 seconds now. It would be foolish to go ahead and give any points away now if he's watching the match at the time. And these two individuals are coached very well to watch the time. We have stalling calls.
Now, last year when we were doing the matches, we saw quite a number of those calls, and that's something that we'll get into later on, explaining in further detail about the stall.
We want to keep the match going as much as possible. More than 5 seconds, I believe it is. There's into the period. In the second period, we're going into our third period. Now, Willie Weinberg deferred in the first period. It was his choice, and he deferred, giving the choice to the T-Bird. So now this time, Willie's going to get the choice, and that's a very smart strategic move on the Fairfield's part, because it gives them a chance to see where they're at at the end of the match.
Well, to set it for you, Willie Weinberg of Fairfield leads 8-3 over Lakota's Thick Few. We're just into the third period, minute 45 remaining.
There's not much going on right here. They'll probably call it a stalemate here pretty soon. Well, I take that back. Willie Weinberg just pulled something out. I don't know where he came up with the energy for that. But he pulled it off, and it was out of bounds. You notice they come out of that line before any points were awarded. Right off the whistle, Willie Weinberg shoots, and it looks like he's going to set him up. He's down on his knees. He's going to go back drag out. It's just a simple move where you go from neutral position to a scoring position. There it is. He tried it. Back drag out. He didn't get it. And he went to switch off to something, and neither one of them worked.
If that would have been in the first period, he may have gotten it. By going into the third period, your strength has got to be sapped.
Yeah, oh, it is, especially in this kind of match. Your strength is sapped before you ever walk out there because of the nerves, if nothing else. It's very intense right now, and you can feel the static in the air with the crowd.
And Willie Weinberg picked up 2 more points, 10-3, with 53 seconds remaining in the third period.
Back dragged out. He's going to hold him down, it looks like. Here he goes. He's going to... I don't know. There he goes. Stalling. 1 point for Willie Weinberg. The bottom man was not doing anything. Willie lets the man out. 7-4 score. 31 seconds in the match. I would say Willie will probably go ahead and shoot for another thing. There he goes. He shoots. Fireman's carry. He's changing off to single, and he scored 2 points there. Very nice move. Very slick. Willie Weinberg's supposed to be one of the better wrestlers the Fairfield's going to have. Somebody to look forward to in the future, I think.
12-4. It's the score. Willie Weinberg down.
Got him on back. He might get the... He might... Oh! 3 seconds left in the match, and Willie Weinberg pulls off the pin. That could be the changing point right there at the end of the match. Sometimes we forget about this in the beginning, but when you have a close match, that is going to be 6 points right off the Fairfield, and that could be what they've caused them to win this.
We will continue with coverage from Fairfield after this word from Empress Chili on 1450 WMOH.
Cincinnati's famous original Empress Chili would like to invite the entire Butler County area in on a little secret. Empress Chili is open in Diplomat Village behind Major Video in Fairfield. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are special at Empress Chili, with Tuesdays 2 cheese conies for $1.70 and Wednesdays 4 ways for $2.50. And don't forget Empress Chili's convenient drive-through window. Fairfield's first and finest Empress Chili, located in Diplomat Village behind Major Video in Fairfield.
We are back here at Fairfield High School. We are in the 112-pound class here. I'm Kurt Riddle along with Paul Clark and Brian Ruby. And Brian, we have here, this is Doug Escott and David Husing.
No, Dave Barton. They pulled one out here. They both weighed in at 112. Changing things around a little bit. Carl Grove should have been at 19, and they moved him down to 112. Because... They want to try and get that pin back if it's possible. Right there. Dave Barton pulls 2 points takedown off with Carl Grove.
So it's Carl Grove up against Dave Barton right now.
That's correct.
All right, let's go to Paul Clark very quickly. Paul?
Thanks. Real quick, we're with Willie Weinberg. Great match. You looked great coming out. You looked like you had a little tired in the third period.
Yeah, I did get a little tired. But I knew I was in better shape than him.
Well, you were. You pinned him with just 3 seconds to go. Great win. We've got to win. Fairfield's got to win 3 of these top 4 matches to get off to a good start.
Yes, they do.
All right, congratulations, Willie. Yeah. Kurt?
We're back here, and it's a 2-1 score with Dave Barton of Fairfield leading over Carl Grove. Carl Grove just got a point for an escape there, Brian.
Right there, Dave Barton shot, changed off. Carl Grove. There's why he's the state champion. You see how he pulled that off? Dave Barton was in there so deep he should have gotten the takedown easily, but Carl Groves pulls that off. And I think that's the difference, and that's what gives him the edge to be that state champion.
Bob Dalton talked about this being one of the key matches.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Like I said earlier, Lakota lost that first match with a pin, and they got to come back and win big this time. I think Bob Stoll's doing a good job here with strategy.
Willie Weinberg won over Thickview in a pin in the first match tonight. Fairfield leading over Lakota.
This is going to be one of an exceptional match here. We have two state people here. Dave Barton is the state qualifier, and Carl Groves is the state champion. And they've both been in a long time, and they both know what they're doing. And Dave Barton is ready for him. He shoots a nice single, and Carl Groves is getting out of it, looks like. There's no takedown, and there's clock.
I'll tell you, let's get Bob Dalton over here. Bob, what were your impressions of that first period? Very quickly, what were your impressions?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
What were your impressions of the first period there of Carl Grove and Dave Barton?
Well, Barton's looking tough, and I know Barton's a tough wrestler. This would be a big upset. It would be one of those things that would really be a crucial blow to Lakota. You know, giving up a pin at 103 with 3 seconds left in the match was kind of a little bit of a blow, but this would be another blow. But you know, we've got 4 minutes to go here, and Grove's a state champ, and he's by no means out of this match. This is going to be a good one right down to the wire.
All righty, let's get back to Brian Ruby here. And thank you, Bob Dalton. 3-1 as Dave Barton got an escape here. And Brian, I'll tell you, this is a match that's got the crowd into it very much.
Oh, you better believe it. Look right straight across from me. The people in the crowd, they're not sitting down, they're standing up. There he goes. There's nothing there. Carl Groves forced to take down.
And of course, that's something that Carl's been trying to move into position for. It's now 3-3.
Yes, he shot a nice clean single, and he worked around behind, and Dave Barton, he comes up. He had so much time, reaction time down there, and the reaction time wasn't enough. Dave Barton came out of that without an escape, or without a takedown, but Carl Groves finishes up with a nice clean.
Minute 11 in the second period. This is Carl Grove, state champ last year of Lakota, up against Dave Barton of Fairfield.
Second period, Dave Barton's down. Carl Groves is up. 3-3 right now. He's going to need this point. Very close match, and a key match that we were talking about earlier in the pregame. 1 point escape.
So Dave Barton gets a point for escape. 4-3. He leads by 1.
Not good. They're both the exceptional condition that they're in right now. To keep going with this kind of enthusiasm, I guess, is a good word for it.
Well, the intensity is there between these two wrestlers. There's no question about that. Went out of bounds, so it's still holding at 4-3.
They're definitely ready for it. I think that they both knew it was going to come down to this. I think that they expected Willie Weinberg to win in the beginning, and I think that Dave Barton knew that he was going to have to go against Carl Groves. And so it looks like to me that he's ready for it.
25 seconds remaining on the clock in the second period.
Nice good shot on Dave Barton's part, and a nice good counter on Carl Grove with the Lakota T-Bird.
He's done a good job of really blocking some of the moves by Carl Grove.
That's correct. Oh, you have to in this kind of a match. And it looks like they're going to go out of bounds.
5 seconds remaining. Are the wrestlers really aware of the time on the clock?
Yes. A good coach will coach that you have to watch the line, and you have to watch the time on the clock, and you have to know what the score is.
Well, our score after 2 periods here in our second match of the evening, it is now Dave Barton leading Carl Grove by a score of 4-3. So, tell you, this is something that, of course, I'm sure Carl Grove wants to tie this up, or at least go ahead as quickly as possible.
Yes, and he just chose down. He wants to get that 1 point escape. Now, with the match as close as this is, it's going to be interesting to watch because Dave Barton's not going to be able to give this escape away. Carl Groves is going to work very hard for it. And you have to understand that something has to be done by the top man and the bottom man, or there's going to be a stalling call. And neither one of them can afford to get a stalling call in this type of a match. Carl Grove just got the one-point escape.
So he got it early, which I talked about that he needed. 4 alls our score.
Right now they're both working for a setup. He wants to try and snap him down. It's kind of a cheap takedown, but I don't think it's going to work in this kind of a match right here. I think it's going to come right down to who gets this next takedown on who wins this match. Good try on Carl Grove's part. Right now they're back up. Dave Barton shoots in, and they're out of bounds.
Minute 20 to go. Carl Grove intends to wrestle either at Ohio State or Purdue. Big Ten wrestler.
So whistle just blew, and we're starting out again. Oh, nice clean shot. Look at that. Look at that. Now let's see if he can finish this up. Carl Groves has got his hands. He's going to go for the stalemate. And he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Dave Barton is working around. He just got the 2 points awarded.
Barton got 2 points. Carl Grove questioned it 6-4 with 50 seconds remaining.
I'll tell you what, that was an interesting call on the official's part. Because Dave Barton still has hold of that leg. And there's a stalemate call. And you can hear the crowd. Some of them didn't agree with that. And in the Fairfield crowd, they're just going nuts over there. They're just loving it.
Well, Carl Grove definitely disagreed with the call by the official. It is 6-4 with 40 seconds remaining with Dave Barton on top of Carl Grove, last year's state champ.
This isn't going to matter to Carl Groves. I'll tell you what. 2-point reversal. And he gets a 1-point escape. Match is now 7-6, 29 seconds left. If he gets this takedown, he can win the match. If he doesn't, he'll lose the match. Dave Barton, on the other hand, is going to have to do something. He's going to hit starting with this. The referee is not going to fool around here. Now look how he's playing the edge of the mat. He's right there, out of bounds. 10 seconds left.
7-6. It is Dave Barton leading Carl Grove in one of the 3 key matches of the night.
Look at the crowd. It's excited. This is definitely exciting. 7 seconds left. No takedown. They're both working at it very hard. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Looks like that's the match.
There you have it, 7-6. And we'll be back right after this word from Grand Illusions on WMLA.
Hi, I'm Doris Milner of Grand Illusions Beauty Centers. Join me live January 23rd on Ask the Experts, hosted by Courtney Collins, as we talk about hair care with Matrix products. We will be taking your phone calls, hair care services to special callers on the show. That's Ask the Experts on January 23rd for all your questions pertaining to hair care. From me, Doris Milner of Grand Illusions and Matrix, your #1 hair care specialist.
We're back here at Fairfield. Bob, just give him the mic. Between Carl Grove and Dave Barton.
I'll tell you what, we probably will not see a better match the entire night. That was a great match. Like I said earlier, probably the best matchup as far as Barton took an early lead. Grove came back and tried it a couple times, and it boiled down to the last takedown's going to win it. Well, Grove instead of settling for a tie, and Barton fought him off there at the end. So that was a great match.
Let's go to Paul Clark. Paul?
Dave, excellent win. Coming in here, Carl Grove, state champion last year. A little switching around at the last minute. You did a fantastic job come out in this one.
Thank you very much. My heart was there. I tried as hard as I could the whole 6 minutes, and I knew he was going to be tough. He's been tough ever since I've been wrestling, and I expect it to be another tough one. I'm just glad I came up on top this time.
State qualifier last year. I had a chance to talk to you going up to that. Hope I get to see you this year.
Thank you, sir. I hope to see you too.
Okay, congratulations. Kurt?
Thank you very much. Dave Barton, out of breath, well-conditioned athlete, isn't he, Brian?
You better believe it. Next match is with David Husing and Doug Estep. I think this in here, this is where they made the switch in the last time, and I think they were going to be a little more evenly matched than it would have been had they put Barton against Grove.
We're just underway in the first period. Now, if you're just joining us in wrestling, there are 3 2-minute periods in a match. And we're in the first period, and Estep going up against Husing. Husing from Lakota, Estep of Fairfield, no score, Brian.
I think they're just checking each other out a little bit right now. A little bit nervous, the intensity in this room, and I think you'll see a little more action once they get into it a little bit more, and they forget about these other things.
How about stalling? Do you get a warning, and then the second time, that's when the point comes?
That's correct.
14. Go ahead, Brian.
It'll be David Husing with the Lakota T-Birds just scored a 2-point takedown. It's a nice back drag out, I think.
Okay, momentum for a team, even though these are individuals, really play a part in this right now. Fairfield winning the first 2 matches.
Oh, yes, yes. If you get the momentum going with you, it discourages the other team, especially if you win a key match like the one we just saw. It breaks the heart of the other team, I think, a little bit.
David Husing of Lakota, and again, in 40 seconds remaining, 2-0 is the score. Fairfield on top, and this crowd very much into it. Both coaches shouting their instructions to the individual wrestlers.
We just had a stalling call. Dave Barton is down, Doug Estep is down right now in the bottom position. He's going to go ahead and he's going to try and score that 1-point escape. He's got, well, good counter on David Husing's part. He's back up. He's back up. Looks like he's going to get it. Will he? No. Nice counter again.
Husing really doing a fine job of the counters there, because it looked like, as you said, that he was going to break away.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think this is going to be another close match. Like I said, these two here, they're a little bit younger, and they're not the veterans of the last 2 matches that we've seen. And their skill level is a little more evenly matched.
So at the end of 1 period is a 2-0 score, with Doug Estep leading Dave Husing right now, and Bob Stahl's coming over saying something to the official. What do you have any speculation on that?
I have no idea what he's doing unless he's checking what the stalling call was about.
How difficult is it for the wrestler to hear the instructions of a coach? Can he really pick it out?
I'll tell you, I remember when I was a wrestler, I couldn't hear even the crowd. I think what it is your mind is on it so much, and you're concentrating so much on what it is that you're doing that you completely block out everything else unless there's a pause. And if there's a pause, you might get a chance to catch a glimpse at your coat and see what's going on. But overall, I don't think that these guys will hear anything that's going on. You're listening on 1450 WMOH, the Lakota Fairfield dual wrestling meet from Fairfield. I'm Kurt Riddle along with Paul Clark, Brian Ruby, and Bob Dalton on 1450 WMOH. We are in the second period where David Husing of Lakota is trailing Doug Estep of Fairfield 2-0 with 1:30 remaining in the second period, Brian. We're still trying for that escape. It looks like we might get it right here. Nope, they're still controlled. They have to break away completely in order to get your 1-point escape. And right as you had that breaking point, David Husing was back in on a takedown. And since there was no change, he did not score an escape. It looks like what's happened here. It would appear to a person that didn't know about wrestling that there should have been a takedown there, but since there was not an escape, there could not be a takedown. We're under a minute in the second period. And we had a stalling point. 1 point for Fairfield. Against David Husing, he's stalling. Sorry, it is David Husing leading Doug Estep 2-1. 2-1. Had the score reversed there, 2-1. Doug Estep now, of course, wants to try to get an escape point if he can to tie this up. I think you have to anticipate the whistle a little bit better. There's good movement on the whistle, but there's a lot of reaction going on there also, and the person who anticipates the whistle is going to get the edge. He's still working up, trying to get that escape. Looks like David Husing is working on an arm bar, and he just got another. I take that back. It looks like this time Fairfield's got the stalling point against them. And the score is now 3-1. No, they gave it to Husing. He got it 3-1. Husing leading. Yeah, 3-1 Lakota. Stalling point, that's 1 apiece now. 10 seconds remaining in the second period. Down to 5. Not a whole lot going on right now. So we finished 2 periods with a 3-1 score. David Husing of Lakota leaving Doug Estep of Fairfield. And I'll tell you, if we don't have a capacity crowd, you still can come out. We've got 10 more matches tonight. Better believe it. The Lakota T-Birds is down right now. And it'll be interesting to see what he's doing right now. See, Lakota's going to go ahead and try and get that 1-point escape. And it may be to Fairfield's advantage to give that to him because they get a chance to go for a takedown now, see? And that would bring the score up a little bit evenly. All right, there it is. Score is now 4-3. And if Fairfield can pull a takedown out, it would be 4-3.
4-1, David Husing of Lakota leading Doug Estep of Fairfield. Minute 35 in the third and final period. David Husing really command of the match.
I'm surprised there's not a stalemate here. They've been down an awful long time. Nothing go. There's this 2-point takedown for Lakota T-Bird.
Fairfield won the first two matches. Things looking much brighter for him in this one, leading 6-1 now.
1-point escape for ESEP. Fairfield, 6-2 score in favor of the T-Bird.
Minute 5 left in the period.
Oh, and he goes for the big play and gets it. This is another upset right here. He scores 2 points for takedown, making the score 6-2. And at the very least, he'll score 2 points for that point, and he's had it down now. I would say the score, and it's a pin for Fairfield.
What do you think about that?
I'll tell you what. That's when you have a lot of hope on, and you come back with a big play like that.
All right, we'll be back after this word from Robert Strunk here on 1450 WMOH.
Robbins Lawn Care Service specializes in residential and commercial lawn care services. Robbins' quality service and dependability have kept their customers happy over the last 5 years. If you're tired of spending all your free hours in the spring and summer working on your lawn, contact Robbins Lawn Service for a free estimate. Robbins also takes care of snow removal during the winter months. Robbins Lawn Service offers a total maintenance program which includes mowing, edging, reseeding, and fertilization. Spring will be here. 92-33.
We're back here at Fairfield. Let's go with Paul Clark in the winner. Paul.
Thanks, Kurt. Doug Estep, excellent. Down 6-2. Get the takedown and the pin on a very, very good David Husing. Your comments?
Yes, first of all, I'd like to give thanks to my dad for helping me, and I'd like to wish my brother-in-law good luck in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Thank you very much, and congratulations on such a great win. Fairfield off to a 3-0 start here with 2 pins. Congratulations.
Yeah, I knew Dave Husing was very tough. I just went in there and tried to wrestle my match. I had a little bit of trouble at the beginning, but it seems like all the Fairfield guys are coming through for us, and looks like we're going to have a good day.
Okay, thanks. Good luck to you.
Kurt, we're back here in the 125 weight class, and who do we have here this time, Brian?
Well, Fairfield has a veteran back. Nate Harrison, and Nate is the state qualifier, and Fairfield has Fred Knudsen. And Fred was a place winner in the Coaches Classic this year, and that's a very tough wrestling tournament in the Cincinnati area.
So Fairfield really is dominating this match right now, winning the first 3, 2 of the 3 by a pin down, and also Dave Barton winning over Carl Groves 7-6 in a decision.
Like I said earlier, Fairfield is seriously tough in their lightweight. You could see a change when it gets up to the heavyweights, though. Went out of bounds. They're back into the center, and they start the match again. Nate Harrison shoots for a fireman's carry, changes off to a double, and he does not get it. Nice counter on Knudsen's part. They're close to the out-of-bounds line, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Fred Knudsen of Lakota going up against Nate Harrison in 125-pound weight class here in the Lakota-Fairfield dual meet from Fairfield High School on 1450 WMOH.
And we're back into the center again. They did go out of bounds and setting each other up a little bit. I think there's a little bit of checking each other out a little bit here. Official's doing a good job here tonight.
He really is, and I'll tell you, to have the intensity match after match, just incredible. He's also cooperating with us on our timeouts, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. It went back out of bounds again, and Nate Harrison's headgear is off, so it'll probably take us here a couple seconds to get that stuff back on and to get the match going back in again.
Well, this is 1450 WMOH Hamilton Fairfield. Kurt Radel, along with Brian Ruby, Bob Dalton, and Paul Clark.
I tell you what, look, you see the crowd, they're still standing. They're enthusiastic here right now.
They really are, and these two wrestlers here in period number 1 still trying to feel each other out a bit, trying to see what they can maneuver into.
I think what's happening here is Lakota knows that they're up against the state qualifier, and he's a very tough individual. And he's probably going to be happy if he could just stay in there. A stalling call on the T-Birds right now.
Next time a stalling call would come up, it would be a point awarded to Fairfield then.
If that point, that call would be against the T-Birds, yes. Back out of bounds again. T-Birds are playing the line very well. A good strategy on the coaching part. You get into a point where you look like you might get into a little bit of difficulty, and you can slip right out the back door, so to say. And
first period ends, no score, and when you have something like this, you've gone 2 minutes, nothing really has happened in the match. You look for one to come out to be the aggressor. As you said before, try to anticipate that whistle.
Oh, yes, yes. What we just saw here was Lakota had their choice, and they deferred to Fairfield so that they could see what's happening there at the end of the match, score-wise. And Fairfield goes down to try and get that one-point escape, score right off, try and get them first point.
Fred Knudsen of Lakota up against St. Harrison.
He had a reversal. Reversal 2 points. And that could hurt Knudsen, especially at the end of the match when they start getting tired. It's very hard to come back from 2 points.
St. Harrison with those 2 points on the reversal move. It was a dandy.
Out of bounds.
I'll tell you, when people think of wrestling, they oftentimes think of the big-time wrestling. But I'll tell you, this is real hard wrestling. This is a wrestling where a lot of strategy is playing into effect.
There's no flying off the ropes.
There's not. No makeup on the wrestlers either.
That's right. They spend a lot of time, a lot of hours running after practice to make sure that they're in shape and lifting weights and conditioning a lot of time in the practice room. This is probably one of the toughest sports there is. I have a lot of respect for people that wrestle and people that swim. I think both those sports are very tough because they are individual sports. And when you get in some trouble, there's nobody you can look to. You just have to worry about it. It's your own fault, is what I'm trying to say. You can't blame it on anybody else.
That's right. We're in the second period, minute 19. Fairfield leading 2-0. Also, you know, you would think at the upper portion of your body you have to be so strong, but with the way they're pushing off and shoving off, you really have to have a great deal of leg strength, particularly in the thighs, don't you, Brian?
Oh, yes. The center of your body's gravity is in your hips. And if you you got strength in your legs...
Point awarded to Lakota on the escape. Yes, 2-1. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you have strength in your legs, then you can control.
Fred Knudsen of Lakota scoring a point on the escape. Nate Harrison leading 2-1.
And they're working for a takedown again. And they're playing the line. Back out of bounds.
We're under a minute to go in the second period. 2-1. It's really turned into a good match here in the second period.
Oh, yes, yes. They're both very skilled individuals. Nate Harrison just scores a 2-point takedown. Coming out the back door, so to say.
4-1, he now leads. Nate Harrison over Fred Knudsen of Lakota. 33 seconds remaining.
What he's trying to do is keep the man down so that he cannot score that 1-point escape. And once he breaks the man down off his base, he'll then try and work for a pin. And Lakota's back up on their feet, and it looks like nope. Nate Harrison counters, breaking the man back down to his base. Holds him down. There goes a half Nelson. He's going to work that half. We had a stalling call on Fairfield.
Now we had a stalling call earlier on Lakota, now a stalling call on Fairfield. So points will be awarded after this point. 10 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-1, Fairfield on top.
I'll tell you what, they won't hesitate to give them scoring points. They got to keep this match going, especially a quality match like this. You don't want to give the advantage to one person over the other just because the one's getting a little bit tired.
There ends the second period, 4-1. It is Nate Harrison leading Fred Knudsen. If you give the mic over to Bob Dalton. Bob, I just want to ask you one quick question here. Fairfield's dominating in this match so far in the meet itself. What about this match here? What are your impressions?
This match right here, Nate Harrison has a definite edge. This one, going in, you had to figure that he would win. He's a state qualifier. He beat Knudsen, I think, 9-3 or 9-4 earlier in the year. While Fairfield's dominating it, this very easily could be a very close match. You know, the Grove match was a toss-up. At 103, Fu gets pinned with 3 seconds to go. 119, seemingly had the match won, and then ends up getting taken down and decked in the third period. So Fairfield is really wrestling well, and they're making their breaks. They're making things happening, and they. I don't think Coach Masonic could have written a better script for these first 3 matches. Lakota's going to really, probably emotionally, is a little bit down right now. They've got to come back in some of these middleweights and hopefully for them to win, pull an upset or two themselves.
All righty, thank you, Bob Dolan. As we turn over to Brian Ruby, minute 29 remaining. It is 4-2 is our score with, and there's 2 more points on a takedown for Nate Harrison, Brian.
That's correct. I think we have to agree with what Bob Dalton says. You have a state qualifier here going against a, well, he's a veteran. And the other guy, he's just got a little bit more experience. And I think most of the time you're going to have to get a match to the man's experience.
Under a minute to go, 6-2. A stalling called against Nate Harrison that time.
That's right. And that makes the score 6-3.
Nate Harrison above his, I believe it's his right eye. I'll have to check on that. He's got a cut, yes. It's above his right eye. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that. They went out of bounds, and I checked or saw when he was coming back in. A little bit of blood there.
Not uncommon to see in a wrestling match.
Not when you're fighting like this, it's not. Now, this is an actual, this is a fight. Because these 2 guys are going out as hard as they can with everything they've got. And as you can see, they're not holding back with anything. They're using all the guns they've got.
35 seconds remaining. It is 6-3, Fairfield leading. They have won every match thus far as we're in the 125-pound weight class.
Fairfield has a pinning combination right now, and he broke it up with a stalemate. And what is commonly called as a cradle. And he was trying to break him down off his base and put him to his back. The referee broke that up, though, calling that a stalemate.
26 seconds remaining in the third and final period of this match. Big crowd on hand here. Still seats available for you at Fairfield.
I think what we had there was one of them. Remember I told you had to anticipate the whistle a little bit, and that's exactly what's happened. They anticipated the whistle, and they jumped the gun a little bit.
A little bit too much, and of course when you're down, you can expect something like that.
That's correct, yeah. But that's all right though. So you can anticipate the whistle. It doesn't hurt you the first time. It's after that then you have to settle back a little bit.
Under 12 seconds remaining in the match.
And they're back out of bounds.
Well, we have exactly 10 seconds remaining in the match here in the 125-pound weight class.
I think Nate's probably controlled this match the entire time. And that goes back to the experience that he has.
Under 9 seconds, 7 seconds. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It will go to Nate Harrison, 6-3 over Fred Knudsen. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this word from Combs and Thomas on 1450 WMOH.
Hi, this is John Prozinski with Combs & Thomas Realtors, where everything we touch turns to sold, with a personal invitation to an open house. This gorgeous 2-bedroom, 2-bath ranch condo has a full basement and a 1-car garage. It's in immaculate condition with a $1 million view. Come see this colossal condo, open Sunday 2 to 4 at 9 Caribou Court in Deer Run. More information at Combs & Thomas, 829-2580. Thank you.
Back here at Fairfield High School, let's go over to Paul Clark. Paul.
Thanks, Kurt. Nate Harrison, excellent match. Last year I saw you up the state. This year I plan on seeing you again. Your comments on the match so far. Fairfield's out to 4-0 start here, 18-0.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, it's great. We're expecting this. Hopefully, our unknown kids come through for us.
Now, Fairfield's always been strong in the lesser weights. What do we have forward to look to in the middle class?
Well, this year our team's like pretty well balanced. We got tough lightweight, tough middle, even tough heavy.
Okay, Nate, thanks and congratulations. I'll see you hopefully at the state.
Thank you.
Nate Harrison. Kurt, back to you.
We are back ready now, Brian Ruby, in the 130-pound classification. Aaron Lefland of Fairfield going up against John Dobosh of the Lakota T-Birds. What about this match?
Oh, I think this is going to be an interesting match. First of all, because Eric Lefland comes from a long line of wrestling, and his brother was a state champion, his other brother was a state qualifier, so he certainly has had some good sparring partners. Whereas John Dobosh has been in it for a long time also, and if I'm not mistaken, he may very well be one of their state qualifiers.
You're listening here on 1450 WMOH.
John Dobosh was 5th in the state last year, so there is a lot of experience on both these people.
And of course, we were there last year covering it for you here on 1450 WMOH, as we will again. Both of them seem to just trying to feel each other a little bit, just trying to see what the other one wants to do. There's a
takedown. Nice clean shot by John Dobosh. Good single leg, and just a nice clean shot. This is all there is to say. Sometimes you get lucky and you get some of them like that.
He is quick as a cat.
You better believe it. Good balance. He's just a quality wrestler.
I don't think there's an ounce of fat on either one of them out there.
No, you won't find any on either one of them. They're going to both be in the best of condition as they can possibly be in. And that's why they're both from the varsity lineup with the number 1 and number 2 schools in Cincinnati.
If you're just joining us, Fairfield is dominating. They have won every match thus far, as we're now up to 130-pound weight class.
Lefland here.
Wow.
Well, I was going to say Aaron's trying to work for an escape, but John Dobosh breaks him from a standing position all the way back down to, I'd say, past his base.
He's
laying on his stomach right now, up in the air, back down.
That's something you see in big-time wrestling, lifting him up.
You have to be a little careful with that, because once the man's feet leaves the ground and you have him up in the air, you're responsible for his health. And you have to make sure that you set him down in a safe way, because we don't want anybody hurt. And just as with any other sport. So, and that's a common move. So, and as you can see, he did it very skillfully.
John Dobosh leads 2-0 over Aaron Lefland after the first period. First of 3, if you're just joining us here on 1450 WMOH. Each match consists of 3 2-minute periods, and we have a total of 13 matches in this Lakota Fairfield dual meet at Fairfield High School on 1450 WMOH.
Looks like Fairfield shows top position this time. John Dobosh is in the down position, and he's going to be working for an escape. Whereas Aaron Lefland's going to have to be trying to break him down to his base and get a pin.
Aaron Lefland, they're showing and lifting John Dobosh, but they went out of bounds. We're just underway here in the second period.
A lot of momentum in these moves also. And that's where a skilled wrestler goes. You find out that you get a momentum going in your direction, and it'll take care of a lot of the strength for itself.
John Dobosh got a point there for an escape. He leads 3-0.
I think this is one of those matches, just like the last one we saw. Nate Harrison was a state qualifier, and Fairfield anticipated winning that one. I think this one is going to be another one where Lakota is expecting to win this also. Because of John Dobosh's experience at the state competition, placing 5th.
Minute 20 remaining in the second period. John Dobosh of Lakota leading over Aaron Lefland of Fairfield 3-0.
They're working back into the center again. They were at the out of bounds line, and they work back into the center.
Dobosh getting those points, 2 on a takedown, 1 on an escape, leading 3-0. Minute to go in the period.
We have Aaron Lefland is working on a move from the top position. It's a setup, and it's commonly called a Russian Wizard. And what it is a nice setup for trying to get a takedown. It doesn't look like it's working too well. John Dobosh just scored another 2-point takedown off of a nice double.
Well, he countered very well there. He leads 5-0 with 51 seconds remaining in the second period.
Aaron Lefland's down, and he's going to have to try and get this 1-point escape here. John Dobosh is doing a very good job holding him down, and there it is. It's a cheap tilt, you might say. It's a way of scoring some back points without actually controlling the man very much. And anything can happen in that position, but we're going to have what back points. And those back points are very difficult to come back, plus they break the spirit. The whole object is to stay off your back, and when you get put on your back, it starts thinking a little bit negative. Back into the center again. Aaron Lefland is in down position. John Dobosh is up, whistle blown. This is a crossbody. Well, what's this now? It's a crossbody ride, and an experienced wrestler can do a lot of damage right here. He can put a man on his back. He can get for some cheap points, so to say. He can control the man, or he can go for the actual pin. And there's not a whole lot that a bottom man can do from there.
All right, 5-0. Let's just give the mic to Bob here real quick. Bob, your impressions of this match thus far with John Dobosh, the way he's dominating.
Well, he's dominating, but Lefland's kind of doing what he probably wants to do in this situation, and that's not get pinned, not get a technical fall against him. So he's going into the third period only 5 points down, and if he can keep it under 8, I think that's probably he's doing the job that he wants to do out here.
All righty, Bob Dalton. We have Bob Dalton and also Brian Ruby as our expert analyst tonight. I'm Kurt Riddle along with Paul Clark here on 1450 WMOH as we begin the third and final period of the match between John Dobosh of Lakota and Aaron Lefland.
John Dobosh just scored 1-point escape, and he's going to work in on the takedown now. There it is. He's a nice clean shot, single. He's changing off, and there's the takedown. And he's going to push him back out.
Well, Bob Dalton said he was hoping Lefland to keep it under 8 points right now. He did get an escape point there, so it's 8-1.
You watch this match. You keep that under 8 points. We have a 7-point lead right now. He gets his takedown, that's all he's going to need. And that's exactly why he pushed out. He wants that major decision. It's a little bit extra points there, team score-wise, and that's exactly what Lakota needs to see. And it looks like here's going to be takedown unless they were out of bounds. Smart effort on Fairfield's part. Play that line.
8-1. Fairfield trying to avoid the pin down. And 8-1, minute 10 remaining.
And he gave it up. Yeah, it looked like to me he gave up too.
10-1, minute remaining, and another point for Lakota. 11-1.
Stalling that time. Out of bounds. Let's come back into the center and start again. 51 seconds left.
John Dobosh turned to the Lakota crowd and said, "Come on, cheer her, get into it." Now he's looking at his coach. He is well aware of what's going on out there. One smart wrestler.
I think that's another thing that comes into consideration here. Fairfield won the first 3 matches, and the Fairfield crowd is definitely going to be up a little more enthusiastic, where, as we talked about, and a lot of things can happen. And right here, it looks like to me the crowd is being used a little bit of enthusiasm Lakota side.
Aaron Lefland coming back a bit. He's got 4 points, 11 for John Dobosh with 34 seconds remaining. Here on 1450 WMOH, Hamilton, Fairfield.
A lot of effort on his part. He brings that now. It's just a regular decision. He's got to hold him for 28 more seconds. He can keep him for another 26 seconds now. Lakota T-Birds will not be able to score that major decision.
Falling behind, you really want to go for it.
That's right. Both those guys know what's going on. Lakota knows that they have to get that 1-point escape. He knows that he's won this match, but he also knows that he's got to get that 1-point escape from his team. He knows that they can't give that up because of for his team. 16 seconds left, and it was a stalemate call. That's a little bit different than a stalling. Stalling is when you're intentionally not doing anything. You cannot do anything on either person's part. 13 seconds left, and there's a one-point escape. 12-4, that is a point difference. That make a decision. Back into the center with 5 seconds left, out of bounds.
12-4. 3, 2, 1. That'll be it. John Dobosh, the winner. 12-4. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this word.
Robbins Lawn Care Service specializes in residential and commercial lawn care services. Robbins' quality service and dependability have kept their customers happy over the last 5 years. If you're tired of spending all your free hours in the spring and summer lawn service for a free estimate, Robbins also takes care of snow removal during the winter months. Robbins Lawn Service offers a total maintenance program which includes mowing, edging, reseeding, and fertilization. Spring will be here in a hurry, so call Robbins Lawn Service at 867-92.
Back here at Fairfield, over to Paul Clark with the winner, John Dobosh. Paul?
Thanks, Kurt. Along with me, John Dobosh. John, last time I saw you, you were at state, placing 5th. Long time since then, it seems like I know, but an excellent job tonight in getting a major decision.
Thank you. We just needed the point. Somebody had to get the team going, so I figured it would be me.
I know both coaches making a move at early in the match, moving Carl down a weight class, wrestling him against Barton, hoping to get the win there. They didn't, got the upset. You're the first one to win for Lakota today. Middleweights, you guys got the advantage, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got the advantage.
Okay, Carl, thank you. John, thank you very much. I'll see you in the state.
Thank you.
We're back here in the 135 Johnny Price of Fairfield going up against Chad Stackhouse of Lakota. Brian Ruby is with me. I'm Kurt Riddle along with Paul Clark and Bob Dalton.
I tell you, this I think it'll be another close match because I think that these two individuals are pretty well evenly matched. There's a 2-point takedown by Chad Stackhouse for the Lakota T-Birds. Back to what I said, I think it's going to be a pretty close, evenly matched. But basically because they're both young and neither one of them has a whole lot of experience under their belt. Although Price comes from a long history of wrestling. He's got a lot of brothers who's been into it for a long time, back as long as I can say. I'm still amazed that those Prices are around. There's been so many of them. It's one of those families you just wonder when they're going to come, you know, when you're going to quit seeing them. Now, this is going to be an interesting call. Chad came all the way up, I'm getting people mixed up here.
Johnny Price.
Yeah, Johnny Price. Chad took Johnny all the way up and brought him back down. And it's interesting to see if that was called slam or not. It looks like it was not because he did not come over to the score table and call anything. He's just checking to make sure that there's no injury.
This official really is on top of it, doing an outstanding job.
He's one of the better officials in the Cincinnati area by far.
2-0 right now. It is Chad Stackhouse of Lakota leading Johnny Price of Fairfield in the 135-pound weight class.
I tell you, Lakota really needs to win this one right now. They win this one, and it brings things back a little bit more. Although they have to win big. Yeah, it looks like to me possibly 1-point escape for John Price.
And he worked hard for that.
You better believe it. You better believe it. I think that's just one of those things when you never know who's going to end up where.
2-1, 34 seconds remaining here in the first period.
They went back out of bounds, and John Price's shoes untied, and he's taking a couple of seconds here to tie it.
Good crowd on hand tonight here at Fairfield High School. Still some tickets available. And a great deal of wrestling left to be done.
We're working for a takedown. Both men are working very hard, you might say. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. John Price trying to hit an outside carry, and Chad counters nice with a good little bump there and stops that. And there's kind of, you might say they're in a dogfight here. See who's going to get these points. It looks like John Price is down. He got the 2 points right at the end of the bell for Chad of the Lakota T-Birds.
So it's Chad Stackhouse. 4-1 right now. Second period. Let's get comments from Bob Dalton on this match. It's something where Stackhouse had to come back. You said that this will be a key match.
Right. This is one that, at this point, Lakota has to win. I think Dobosh getting the 4-pointer at the last match was a must for Lakota. They need to get something more than just 3 out of that. If Stackhouse can win here, Lakota's still not out of it. They're going to have to wrestle real well and win some of the close matches. But if they can get a win out of here, it could still go down to that heavyweight match.
Stackhouse really seems to be an aggressive wrestler here, Bob.
He is. This is his first year varsity, but he's and that's what Lakota's going to have to start doing. That's what Fairfield did in the early weights. They really went after Lakota and made some things happen. And Lakota to get back in this emotionally as well as point-wise, they're going to have to really start taking it to them and make things happen in their favor.
All righty, Bob Dalton, we thank you as we bring in Brian Ruby. 4-1, minute 21 remaining here in the second period. It is Lakota in the lead by that margin of 4-1 as Brian once again joining with us here on WMOH. And 2 points there for Stackhouse, 6-1 on a takedown.
Nice takedown for his part. 6-1 score here, and Fairfield gets hit with the starting point. Lakota's working hard. He's breaking Fairfield down. Now Fairfield's back up. He gets a 1-point escape. He doesn't have to work hard to get this takedown because he's getting too far behind here. It's a 4-point lead, and in this kind of a close match, you can't afford to get down 4 points.
Chad Stackhouse leading Johnny Price 6-2. 35 seconds remaining in the second period. Stackhouse from Lakota, Price from Fairfield.
Price tries to hit a head and arm, and Lakota counters very well, and Lakota comes up on top with a nice takedown. Scores 8-2 now.
Chad Stackhouse doing the job here. 20 seconds remaining in the period.
I remember we were talking a little bit earlier about how Barton's match with Grove was going to be one of the key matches here, and I think right now it's starting to show a little bit.
Down, and there we have 8-2. And it is right now Chad Stackhouse leading 8-2 over Johnny Price as we enter into the third and final 2-minute period of this match.
I think you missed something there, right on the buzzer, right on the whistle, you might say. That was a 1-point escape.
Right, yeah.
1-point escape. Insightful on the referee's part, or the official.
It also shows how a wrestler does not give up until they hear that buzzer. Just underway here in the third period on 1450 WMOH. It's Chad Stackhouse of Lakota leading Johnny Price 8-3. I'm Kurt Riddle along with Brian Ruby, Bob Dalton, and Paul Clark. Brian?
I've seen a lot of matches since I've been involved with wrestling where there's been 1 or 2 seconds on the clock. In fact, we saw one tonight where there was 3 seconds on the clock, and something happens here to upset the match. And I think just now we saw right on the buzzer that John Price pulls off that escape.
Johnny Price anticipating the whistle just a bit too much. Got a warning from the official.
Finally breaking back down. Looks like Lakota's gonna score that escape. They haven't done it yet, but he's working awful hard. And they went out of bounds instead. All the way to the floor and off the mat.
Good strategy. Fairfield just trying to get a bit closer if they can.
That's right. They can't afford to get down too far here because if they do, it puts the ball back in Lakota's side and Phil.
Minute 35. Minute 35 in the third and final period.
You can tell I just wrestled. I wasn't a basketball player. I said Phil into the court.
Under a minute and a half in the third period.
Not much going on here. They're both standing and trying to work on a takedown here. Nice hard snap on John Price's side, but it's scored. And they're back at the edge of the line. I guess you might say that's that safety blanket there. So if anything happens, you can always bail back out. And I think that you're going to see that's going to happen here real soon. Nice. There it is. There it is. Cover's in deep on a shot, and Fairfield works their way right out onto the out of bounds. Keeps him from scoring that 2 points for takedown. Scores 9-3 in favor of Lakota.
Under a minute to go. 9-3 Lakota on top, as Brian said, by 6. Lakota was not winning the matches. They won the last one with John Dobosh, and now they're in the position to come up with their second consecutive win.
43 seconds left, and Lakota's in deep on a nice double. I tell you, there's not a whole lot of time left here for Fairfield unless they put him on his back. He's going to have to score a takedown, put him on his back with 28 seconds left if they're going to do anything here. Otherwise, you can count this second win for Lakota T-Bird.
We're under 20 seconds remaining in the third and final period. 9-3, Lakota on top of Fairfield.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a stalling called here. Looking there for a takedown. And they hit a stalemate instead. No, I take that back. He called stalling on Fairfield. That's a 7-point difference. 7-point difference. Fairfield's going to have to do something here. 2 seconds left. They can't afford any more stalling points. That's the match for Lakota T-Bird.
So, Chad Stackhouse, the winner, and we'll be back in 30 seconds after this word from Empress Chili on 1450 WMOH.
Cincinnati's famous original Empress Chili would like to invite the entire Butler County area in on a little secret. Empress Chili is open in Diplomat Village behind Major Video in Fairfield. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are special at Empress Chili, with Tuesdays 2 cheese conies for $1.70 and Wednesdays 4 ways for $2.50. And don't forget Empress Chili's convenient drive-through window. Fairfield's first and finest Empress Chili, located in Diplomat Village behind Major Video in Fairfield.
Back here at Fairfield, let's go over to Paul Clark. Paul?
Thanks, Kurt. Chad, excellent win. 2 in a row for the T-Birds. Your thoughts, your first time coming into Fairfield and wrestling these guys, your thoughts on this turnout and your match?
Well, I tried to work hard. I'm working hard, thinking about the match all week.
Well, you've done an excellent job. Almost a major decision, needed that one last point, but congratulations anyway.
Thanks.
All right. Chad Stackhouse from Lakota, the winner there of that match.
We're back here, and now we're in the 140-pound, Brian Kirby. We have Jamie Mays of Fairfield up against Brian. Is that Strunk?
Strunk
of Lakota. Just underway here, and this is the 140-pound weight class.
I tell you what, we're getting close to that point that we were talking about here, where Fairfield's still strong in their middleweight, so is Lakota. But you're going to see the tide change a little bit. Fairfield's going to have to pull a couple of these off as a safety for at the end of the match.
Well, there's no question. We talked about momentum does exist in wrestling, and right now, where the momentum had started with Fairfield, it has definitely gone over to Lakota.
Nice clean shot on Lakota. Had a double. He changed off. Good takedown. Good takedown for Ryan Strunk. Working up for a half Nelson, but there's no back points yet. He hasn't turned him. If he's gonna get these back points, he's gonna have to put him to his back. But there they go, right out of bounds. Right out of bounds.
Good effort that time, really, by Jamie Mays, who's in trouble, to be able to get out of bounds, Brian.
I believe Jamie's a veteran here, and he's been with it for a little bit, and he knows to get out of bounds when he gets in a little bit of trouble.
1:07 to go here in the first period. It is Lakota leading 2-0 as the momentum has shifted their way. They have won 2 consecutive matches.
1-point escape for
Jamie Mays.
Jamie Mays. I'll tell you what, that was iffy. That was iffy. I heard some people behind me yelling 2 for that takedown, but I don't know if I agreed with that call.
Well, Brian Strunk got it, so he leads 4-1. That was right there at the out of bounds. It looked like, Mays was doing everything he could to bring it out of bounds, but just fell short.
Well, you have to have control for a takedown, and I'm not sure that there was any control there. But I'm not the referee.
Both wrestlers go out of bounds as they're standing up. This is the 140-pound weight class.
Very close match, 4-2. I think we're going to have to see Fairfield's going to have to win this one if they want to keep the momentum going in their direction. And obviously, Lakota's going to have to win this one. And nice, clean fireman's carry on the T-Bird.
We'll be getting Bob Dalton's comments in just a few moments as we're nearing the end.
Out of bounds. They're going to come back into the center and start again. 9 seconds left in the first period. Score 6-2.
Is that a lot of points you think in the early going? Would you anticipate 6 points coming in the first period?
Yeah, I think that is a lot of points when you're talking about this kind of a match. Trying to get that 1-point escape. 5 seconds left. And it didn't happen.
All right, let's get some comments from Bob Dalton right now.
Oh, dear. There was some words said between the two of them. I don't know. It could be an unsportsmanlike conduct call. Looks like the referee's just going to warn him some.
Going to warn him. Let's get a quick comment from Bob Dalton here, as it is a 6-2 score with Brian Strunk leading Jamie Mays. And right now, it's the official talking to the Lakota coach. And some little activity there at the end of that period there, Bob.
Yeah, I think that Mays must have said something to Strunk off the edge of the mat there. And Brian Strunk is a pretty well-composed individual. I don't think he's going to lose his composure or do anything foolish out there. I think that, I'm not sure, I don't know Mays well enough to say the same about him, but I know I can speak for Brian that he's not going to let anything get out of hand out there.
I mentioned to Brian Ruby how the momentum started with Fairfield. Now it's definitely shifted over to Lakota.
Yeah, and really these middle weights, like I said, 135 was kind of a toss-up. They won solid here. This weight we're expected to win. These next 3 weights are going to make a difference. I think Fairfield's favored at 45 and 60. If Lakota can win the 52, they might have to win the last 3 to get back in the match. But Lakota, it's not over yet. Fairfield definitely has the edge because of some of those key matches in the lightweights, but Lakota's not out of this yet.
All righty, Bob Dalton, as it was a reversal that took place by Brian Strunk, making it 8-2 with 1:39 remaining here in the second period. And Brian, he's starting to put some points up there.
Oh, yeah. It was another nice clean takedown again on Brian Strunk's part.
1:35 in the second period, and our escape that time for Mays. 8-3 is our score, Brian.
I tell you what, there was some words said between the two of them, so they're both pretty hot right now. And that just shows you how intense the match can be. It's uncommon to see something like that. Both wrestlers have to keep their composure because you don't want to get hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct. And a lot of intensity in this match. Fairfield gets hit with stalling point, a warning, stalling warning, no points.
8-3. Of course, what you're saying, both of these wrestlers have kind of put their emotions aside a bit and stay focused on the match.
That's right. They have to be very professional about the whole situation.
1:03 remaining in the second period. 8-3. Lakota on top. They have won the 2 previous matches.
A good wrestler's going to have to be smart. He's going to have to think about this. This is not a situation or a match where you can just go out there and you can just manhandle them, so to say. Both of these people are both quality individuals, and they're just going to have to think about what's going on a little bit and know what they're at on the mat and the score and the whole situation and evaluate it.
This is the Lakota Fairfield dual wrestling meet from Fairfield High School. I'm Kurt Radel with Paul Clark, Brian Ruby, and Bob Dalton on 1450 WMOH.
Well, we went out of bounds, and there's 28 seconds in the second period.
Big crowd on hand, of course. Those words being exchanged between the two wrestlers at the end of the first period really brought this crowd into it.
Oh, you better believe it. We got people standing up behind us. We got people standing up in front of us. And there's just a lot of noise going on, a lot of cheering. I see a Fairfield High School sign up in front of me now. Fairfield's on its back. Jamie Mace is on its back. And it is a pin for the Coach T-Bird. That definitely is going to make a difference.
That's what Lakota was going after. And we'll be back to talk to the winner after this word from Robin Plum here on 1450 WMOH.
Robbins Lawn Care Service specializes in residential and commercial lawn care services. Robbins' quality service and dependability have kept their customers happy over the last 5 years. If you're tired of spending all your free hours in the spring and summer working on your lawn, contact Robbins Lawn Service for a free estimate. Robbins also takes care of snow removal during the winter months. Robbins Lawn Service offers a total maintenance program which includes mowing, edging, reseeding, and fertilization. Spring will be here in a hurry, so call Robbins Lawn Service at 867-9233.
And now with Brian Strunk, here is Paul Clark. Paul?
Coach Brian Strunk, excellent. Got the crowd behind you. Come up with a pin late in the second period.
Well, we were behind a little bit. We needed some points, so I'm glad that I could get out there and help us get back in this thing.
You're right. You guys were down 18-0 before John Dobosh come back to win. Now you've won 3 in a row. Big win with a pin puts you up 6 more points. You expect this match to go down to the heavyweights?
Hopefully we can close it off before then.
Okay, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Okay, Kurt, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. As we now go, Brian, into the 145 pounds. Ron Shanklin of Fairfield up against Jerry Warren of Lakota.
Doug Miller. Lakota weighed in 2 wrestlers, and they put Doug Miller out there.
Doug Miller.
This is Doug Miller. Shanklin just gets a fireman's carry, takes him all the way to 2 points, and almost puts him on his back. He's an awfully strong wrestler. You can see the strength in him. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Going to be brought back into the center here and start this over again.
Now, well, they made the switch. Who's wrestling now?
Doug Miller for Lakota T-Bird against Ron Shanklin of Fairfield.
Okay.
And Doug Miller's on his back. What happened here is Doug Miller tried to sit out, and you might say Ron Shanklin just kind of stuck him straight back. Chin dropped him. Took his chin, took his shoulder, brought him all the way back to his back, and he scored some big back points right here. A lot of effort to keep that on Lakota's part to stay from getting pinned with him, especially when you're talking about the quality wrestler that Fairfield has out there and all the strength that Ron Shanklin has. He knows that he cannot afford to get pinned.
Doug Miller trying to make a pin here on Ron Shanklin of Fairfield.
No. Ron Shanklin is trying to get the pin on Doug Miller.
I'm sorry. Ron Shanklin over Miller.
Yes. Lakota can't afford to give this one up. There's 36 seconds left. Let me tell you, the most difficult place to fight is when you're on your back. It takes the most energy. And just putting somebody on his back for this much time, whether it pins him or not, is going to wear him out and put this match in Ron Shanklin's favor.
Shanklin leads 2-0. 18 seconds left in the period. Shanklin against Miller. 12 seconds.
Listen to the crowd go. They want that pin. A lot of effort, a lot of heart on Lakota's part. Boy, you got to hand it to this man to fight his back this long and to keep him getting pinned. A lot of heart.
Ron Shanklin going for that pin, but as you said, you got to give Doug Miller a lot of credit with a lot of heart for not allowing that to happen, Brian.
You better believe it. Now, I think when you put somebody on his back, it gives you a chance to rest. There's not a lot of fighting going on there on the top man's part. All the fight is coming from the man on the bottom. It's like I said, it takes up an awful lot of that energy reserve. And it'll be interesting to see what happens here now.
It is 5-0. Ron Shanklin leading over Doug Miller. Shanklin from Fairfield, Miller from Lakota. Second period.
Lakota did not try the same move to put him on their back this time. He went for a stand-up. He did not try and sit out that time. They so anticipated it. Out of bounds, out of bounds. I'll tell you, that was iffy there. Could have almost gave him 1 point for an escape because there was a release. Out of bounds first.
Minute 45 in the second period. Ron Shanklin of Fairfield leading Doug Miller of Lakota. Shanklin nearly got a pin in the first period.
There's a lot of people standing in the gym right now on the floor, and the stands are full of people. The crowd is ecstatic.
I'll tell you, you can just tell the intensity of these two wrestlers.
Not a lot going on here. Ron Shanklin pushes him out for 1 point, hoping to get the takedown this time, all the way to his back. And here we go. He's going to get the takedown, it looks like. In on a nice single, fireman's carry, and he didn't quite finish up. Lakota rolled all the way through it, but Fairfield did get the takedown, and the score 7-1 with 56 seconds left.
7-1, Shanklin leading Miller. Now under 50 seconds.
He's calling something out to him. You can see those hands cupped up around his mouth. He's yelling something. He's pushed him out. Told him to push him out. They're going to go for the superior decision. Superior decision is going to be much like a pin, points-wise.
Another escape point, that time for Miller, 7-2. Shanklin leads.
Nice fireman's carry again. I tell you what, a smart wrestler can't keep getting caught with the same move time after time after time. He's going to have to start countering that. At the third fireman's carry in a row, and Fairfield's got another takedown and letting back up for a the escape. Shanklin's back in. He's going to something we call a limp arm to try and get that point.
9-3, Shanklin leading Miller, 5 seconds.
No exchange, potentially dangerous was called there, 6 seconds to the match.
Fairfield crowd, a lot of youngsters up there getting chant in sync with the Fairfield cheerleaders.
I'll tell you what, you can tell the coaches are really into this. The referee just had to ask them to move back into their seats. They're all the way up into the edge of the mat.
Let's get some comments from Bob Dalton now as we finish our second period. It is Ron Shanklin leading 9-3 over Doug Miller. And at the end of that first period, Bob, it looked like Ron Shanklin was going to come up with a pin, but Miller was able to avoid it.
Miller did a real nice job of fighting off his back there. Shanklin had him in a tough position, and he fought off his back for about a minute and a half. And again, kind of like the previous match where Strunk pinned Mays, Mays' job probably in that position was to avoid a pin. Right here, Doug Miller's job is to avoid a pin from Shanklin. He's not, he can't stick with Shanklin. He can't beat Shanklin, but if he keeps him getting pinned in here, keeps the match reasonably close, he's doing his job in this situation.
All righty, and once again, Shanklin has picked up 3 points, 1 on escape, and then 2 on a takedown, leading 12-3 with a minute 35 remaining in the third and final period.
I tell you what, I see Fairfield here. They're pushing him out again. I don't think they're going to work for the pin here in this situation. I think he's just dominating on the takedowns. They're going to go ahead and go for the superior decision. So when you get a superior decision with 16 or I think it's a 16-point lead, then the match is automatically terminated. The man with the 16-point difference goes ahead and wins the match, and it's a big point. Big points for the Fairfield side. It counts the same as a pin.
14-5, Fairfield leading over Lakota. Under a minute to go now in the third period as both wrestlers go out of bounds.
9-point difference here. They don't need very much. 55 seconds left. I'm surprised they're not going ahead and work a little bit harder there. He wants to get that spirit back in on that fireman's carry, and he changes off to an outside carry. Nice counter. Lakota's wising up to it. Nice counter. He's not going to be able to get it. There he goes to single leg. He changed off. He's going to pull him in. Look at the strength in that. Watch him pull him up in there.
Not a lot going on right at the moment, except that Shanklin is down on the bottom underneath.
Surprised we haven't had a stalemate here. 19 seconds left.
We're at 14. Some of them are calling for a stalemate, some of the fans. 14-5, 7 seconds. Ron Shanklin comes out the winner, 14-5 over Doug Miller. We'll be back to this word from Grand Illusions on WMOH.
Hi, I'm Doris Milner of Grand Illusions Beauty Center. Join me live January 23rd on Ask the Experts, hosted by Courtney Collins, as we talk about hair care with Matrix products. We will be taking your phone calls and giving away Matrix products, free hair care services to special callers on the show. That's Ask the Experts on January 23rd for all your questions pertaining to hair care. From me, Doris Milner of Grand Illusions and Matrix, your #1 hair care specialist.
We're back here at Fairfield. Let's go to Paul Clark with the winner, Ron Shanklin. Paul?
Thanks, Kurt. Ron, excellent job. Stopped the skid of 3 losses in a row. Fairfield coming back, won 4 in a row. Now you hopefully on a stretch here in the middle weight class.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay from here. I hope all of the guys in heavyweights do real good.
Did you figure in coming into this match that this was going to be as close as it is right now?
Yeah, Lakota's a tough team, but so are we. And I figured it was going to be about this close. I figured it may have been closer, but we're doing a heck of a job, and I hope to keep it off.
Okay, congratulations on stopping the skid.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ron Shanklin. Kurt?
Thank you, Paul, and win that time as he was able to turn the tide. Now we go in the 152 weight class. It'll be for Fairfield, Jason Staggs up against Steve Gross here in the 152 weight class, Ryan.
I don't know a whole lot about either one of these two wrestlers. Oh, it looks like Lakota's just coming out of ball of fire here. Nice fireman's carry into a pinning combination, but did not put him out. 1 point, unsportsmanlike conduct on Lakota. Shoved him all the way off off the mat, onto the gym floor.
Gross had gotten a takedown of 2 points, and then he did shove Staggs out, so it's a 2-1 here in the first period, 2-1.
I think that's where a little bit of experience is going to have to come in. Like I said, he came out like a ball of fire. There's nothing wrong with that, but he's still wound up, and he has to be thinking. See, those unsportsmanlike conducts could actually cost him the match. He's very aggressive. Nice 2-point reversal on Fairfield's part.
Nice job by Jason Staggs. 3-2, he leads.
Good job. Excellent, excellent. And excellent follow-up here. Listen to the crowd. Boy, this is going to be a match. These two guys are just going at it. This is where the referee is going to have to take control, I think. Whistle's blown. Lakota's up, trying to score that 1-point escape, and he did.
He worked hard for it, too, that escape. 3-3 is the score. Minute 18 in the first period between Gross of Lakota and Staggs of Fairfield.
Steve Gross is doing a good job there on that effort with that escape. Tell you what, you can't afford to give any points up, especially when you have a tie match like this. It's still early. Anything can happen. Steve Gross has got that deep, nice fireman's carry, but Jason Staggs countered well. He's off on the back of his heels, and he's a little out of bounds. Robin Sonic's almost out to the edge of the mat, trying to give him some instruction there, and so is Bob Dalton. Bob Stoll. Bob Stoll. I got Bob Dalton sitting beside me.
45 seconds remaining in the first period, 3-3.
I tell you, I thought I saw Bob Dalton on his way out to the edge of that mat a couple times.
And there's 2 points on a takedown for Steve Gross, making it 5-3, Lakota.
Fairfield's going to have to come back and score this escape, especially with 27 seconds on the clock. Escape could be detrimental at this point, making a 1-point difference and going into the second period without too big of a lead on him. 2 points can make all the difference in the world in a close match like this.
5 seconds, 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
And there we have, at the end of the first period, it is Lakota leading 5-3. 5-3 on the strength that time of where we have Steve Gross leading Jason Staggs as we enter into the second period. Bob Dalton, your comments on that first period.
This is Jerry Warren, not Steve Gross. But Warren really came out strong, and I think that this obviously is a match Lakota has to win. I think looking down the line, probably Chad Dennis, they aren't expected to beat him, but I think they've got to win everything, including this. In the beginning, Jerry looked like he might even be looking for a pin against Staggs, but Staggs has come back real nicely here. And I think that Warren's got the edge, but he's going to have to be careful. Because Staggs, as long as he is and as lanky, he's the type of wrestler that could really be dangerous in some of these situations.
I've also found it. There they're going for the pin.
Yeah, just like that.
2 points there for Jason Staggs. It's now 6-5. Fairfield on top. It's quite a match, isn't it, Bob?
It sure is. In the beginning, it looked like Warren was going to maybe take it to Staggs and pin him, and then Staggs comes right back and almost pins Warren.
All right. We thank you, Bob Dalton, as we turn it over to Brian. And a reversal, rather an escape going there. It's now a takedown, 8-6. It looked like he had only one finger up, 2, and so it's 8-6. Lakota leading Jerry Warren over Jason Staggs, Brian.
I tell you what, this is a roller coaster ride here with this match. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. You never know what's going on. I guess this is going to come down to which one of them is in the best condition, which one of them has the most heart.
And both of them taking an opportunity here to tie up their shoelaces. 58 seconds remaining.
2 very equally matched wrestlers.
Jerry Warren, Jason Staggs. Warren from Lakota, Staggs from Fairfield. Warren leading by 2, 8-6.
Just trying to get a reversal. Not going to work. Now he's going to stand up. He's on his feet. He's going to try for the escape. He's, like Bob Dalton said, he's very linky. He's hard to get picked up off the ground. Lakota's trying to pick him up. I tell you, both Steve Gross and Jason Staggs are doing a fine job.
Staggs is the taller of the two, which is what Bob Dalton was talking about. Makes it a little bit tough. And he's stalling. Warning being called that time against Jerry Warren of Lakota.
That's Steve Gross.
No, Jerry Warren.
Jerry Warren?
It's Jerry Warren. Yes, Bob told us Jerry Warren.
Well, I'll tell you, they're changing this lineup left and right.
Jerry Warren against Staggs, 8-6.
I'll tell you, that just goes to show you the kind of match this is between Fairfield and Lakota. The regular match, you would not play games with weight classes like this. You would not ask the kids to weigh in 2 or 3 weight classes like this. You would just go ahead and set up a lineup and then put them in there and go with it. But this one, there's a lot of thinking going on both individual coaches' parts to try and make this the best match that they can possibly get it. To work in their advantage.
In the closing seconds there, Jason Staggs got a point for escape. As we now enter the third and final 2-minute period, it is 8-7. Jerry Warren of Lakota leading Fairfield's Jason Staggs here on 1450 WH Hamilton Fairfield. I'm Kurt Riddle with Paul Clark, Brian Ruby, and Bob Dalton. Delighted to have you with us.
We're back into the third period. Out of bounds. Minute 50 seconds left. Jerry Warren still controlling the match, 8-7 over Jason Staggs.
Anybody's match, though, at this point.
That's right. Like I said, it's going to come down. There he goes. 8-8. Jerry Warren goes ahead and gives Jason Staggs a 1-point escape. Just gave it to him, hoping to get the takedown. Nothing.
And Warren was going for the takedown, and Staggs was able to maneuver out of bounds.
I tell you, there's a lot of people in the crowd upset over that call. One long step right out of bounds, and the people behind me are yelling, running off the mat, which would be 1 point. Evidently, the referee didn't see it the official didn't see it that way because he did not award it. Score is still 8-8.
Minute 10 remaining in the third and final period. They're really going at it.
It's a dog fight out here. I tell you what, Kurt, they both got to want it awful bad. It may come down to a stalling call here. Stalemate.
49 seconds remaining. It's tied at 8-all between Lakota Jerry Warren and Fairfield's Jason Staggs. Here in the Lakota Fairfield dual meet.
I'm not familiar with Lakota's calls. Lakota's Jerry Warren shoots in. He's out a little bit. Jason Staggs countered. Backs up. There's a 2-point takedown for Jerry Warren. In the right
WMOH.
Hi, this is John with Combs & Thomas Realtors, where everything we touch turns to sold, with a personal invitation to an open house. This gorgeous 2-bedroom, 2-bath ranch condo has a full basement and a 1-car garage. It's in immaculate condition with $1 million view. Come see this colossal condo, open Sunday 2 to 4 at 9. Or call me, John Przezinski, for more information at Combs & Thomas, 829-2580. Thank you.
We had a winner right at the buzzer, and here's Paul Clark with the winner, Jerry Warren.
Thanks, Kurt. Jerry, excellent match. Come down to the wire, got the takedown with less than 2 seconds to go. Jerry Staggs out there, his first match as a varsity wrestler. Did you expect this competition?
Well, I was giving up a few pounds. I did expect something. I didn't know who he was. It was mostly, I just felt overpowered. But I didn't expect that, no.
He definitely had height on you, but and pounds, as you said. But an excellent match. You did a fantastic job coming out in that third period.
I just tried to go as hard as I could. I knew there was no way I was going to lose that match.
Okay, thanks. Congratulations. Kurt?
Thank you very much. We're in the 160-pound. Chad Dennis, Fairfield up against Joey Monroe of Lakota, Brian.
I tell you what, I just got an inside scoop. It looks like Lakota's going to make one more weight change when it goes all the way down to heavyweight with Steve Ewell. It'll be interesting to see. Chad Dennis is a state qualifier. He may very well be a state placer. I can't remember. But I'm sure Fairfield is well, you might say they're expecting to have this one put in the bag for him, and they're probably going to go ahead 5 for the pin. Likewise, Lakota's can't, his main objective is going to be just to stay out there and keep that score from getting built up and keep him off his back.
Well, Chad Dennis already has secured a takedown with 2 points, leading 2-0. Minute 11 to go in the first period.
Back out of bounds, and referee brings it back into the center again. Chad Dennis just gives him the takedown. He's pretty, the escape. He's pretty confident that he's going to get the takedown here. He'll probably be, that's traditionally the way Chad wrestles. He'll go ahead and give the 1-point escape in order to get the 2 points. That's where his strength is at. The technique with his takedowns. He'll get the takedown and probably go ahead and give him 1-point escape again and get that 16-point build-up if possible.
45 seconds remaining in the first period, 2-1. Chad Dennis leading Joey Monroe of Lakota.
Joey's doing a good job hanging in there. It's tough knowing when you it's tough knowing before them when you got a week before the match and all you can think about is I got to wrestle a state qualifier. That's a tough thing to do, and Joey's doing a very good job dealing with it.
Chad Dennis with another takedown, leading 4-1.
18 seconds left. You will not see him give the 1-point escape here. There's not enough time for a takedown.
We're down to 8 seconds, 7 seconds in the first period. Out of bounds. 6 seconds remaining in the first period. 4-1 is the score here.
I tell you what, I look through this crowd, and there's an awful lot of old wrestlers here, I guess you might say. I don't know how many of them go, but there's a lot of tradition setting in this room between these 2 teams.
4-1 after the 1 period, as it is Chad Dennis of Fairfield leading Lakota's Joey Monroe here in the Lakota Fairfield dual wrestling meet. Begin the second period.
Dennis leading the match 4-1.
Both of them stand-up position now going for the takedown is Dennis there, Brian.
I think what we're going to see here, I would anticipate, I can't say for sure, but I see Lakota keeps backing up on this match, and that's usually an indication of stalling. They're back out of bounds.
It's got to be a little tough. You're not necessarily playing for a win. You're just playing, in the case of Lakota here, to keep that score down.
That's right, because they're expecting that their strength is coming up. Fairfield won the first 3 matches, and Lakota won the last 3 matches.
Chad Dennis with another takedown, leading 6-1, minute 18 in the second period. Coming down to a minute 10.
He's just, Chad Dennis right now. And look, Ron Masonic just instructs Chad, push him out, go ahead and get that other 2 points for a takedown. A nice major decision here would be very helpful.
An escape given to Joey Monroe, 6-2, 52 seconds.
Now that, right on the line. He's going to have to pull him back in if he wants to get that takedown. Otherwise, he's just going to have to get out of there so he has time to work on another one. They can't afford to just sit there, and the referee calls a stalemate. Staggs arguing the point whether or not there was a takedown. The referee assures him that there was not.
32 seconds remaining in the second period. Bob Dalton will be giving his comments in a moment here.
There it is. That's what I was talking to you about earlier. That was an indication he's backing up. We have 25 seconds left in the second period, and Joey Monroe was hit with a warning point, or I'm off for words here, I guess.
Right.
He got hit with stalling. Chad Dennis just got a nice takedown, and he finished up with something called a cheap pill to get some back points, too. He has his 8-point lead for his major decision, and there's into the second period.
All righty, let's get over to Bob Dalton here. It is 10-2. Chad Dennis leading Joey Monroe with the third period coming up, and I'll tell you, Chad Dennis is showing why he's a state qualifier, Bob Dalton.
Yeah, Chad's one of the top wrestlers on this team, if not the top wrestler. He had an outstanding year last year, and Joey Monroe, to tell you the truth, I think is doing a great job against him. Again, this is one of those matchups where Joey Monroe is not going to beat Chad Dennis unless it's a real fluke type situation. He's trying his hardest to keep it somewhat close, to keep it to a 3 or 4 point decision. And Chad knows that he's got to try to get at least 4 and hopefully a technical fall or a pin out of this. I think that it's tough to say what's going to happen here, but right now it's Joey Monroe is doing what he needs to do in the situation. If we go down to those last 3 matches, at least 2 of the 3 were Lakota's favored over Fairfield. I think it's going to, like I said before, it's going to go down to that heavyweight match unless Hader can pull the upset on King. Monroe's wrestling him real tough. He's going to be a real good wrestler. This is his first year varsity, and he's showing why he's had a real successful season this year and hanging with Dennis in a decent match.
All right, Bob Dalton, thank you once again. It is a 10-2. No points scored here in this third and final period, 1:35 remaining. It is Chad Dennis, Fairfield, leading Joey Monroe of Lakota by that margin of 10-2.
I tell you what, Chad Dennis is working awful hard to get this 1-point escape. And Joey Monroe is doing an excellent job. Well, there he is. He got it. Chad Dennis just scored the 1-point escape, and that puts it back in his ballpark because now Chad's going to go ahead and work on that superior decision by letting him up, taking him down, and playing that game. Like I told you earlier, that's where his strong points are at.
We're down to 1:10 remaining in the third and final period, 11-2. Stalemate at both of them went out of bounds.
Tell you what, there's a very knowledgeable coaching staff on either one of these teams here. Ramasonic's down on one knee, shouting with everything he's got to try and keep these guys going. And Bob Stoll, you can see he's into the match. Watch him weaving over there. There he goes. He's yelling something out. Chad Dennis just scored a takedown. Scores 13-2. 45 seconds. He just let Joey Monroe up for 1-point escape. And there he goes all the way to his... No! Really put him to his back. He's got a nice takedown. Joey Monroe did a very nice job going through that. Almost got caught on his back.
15-3 for Chad Dennis with 32 seconds remaining in the third and final period.
Boy, what, he only needs 4 more points to get this superior decision. He's going to have to work awfully hard with 32 seconds left. He's not going to do it. He's going to hold him down. They're going to be happy just to get the 4 points for Fairfield.
18 seconds remaining in the third and final period. And they call a stalemate here, Brian. Nothing much happening.
I'd tend to say they'd probably be more inclined to call stalling. There it is. He's going to go for the cheap shot again. He didn't get it. And And that's for Chad Dennis. Score 15-3.
15-3. We'll be back to talk to Chad after this timeout from Robbins Lawn Care on 1450 WMOH.
Robbins Lawn Care Service specializes in residential and commercial lawn care services. Robbins' quality service and dependability have kept their customers happy over the last 5 years. If you're tired of spending all your free hours in the spring and summer working on your lawn, contact Robbins Lawn Service for a free estimate. Robbins also takes care of snow removal during the winter months. Robbins Lawn Service offers a total maintenance program which includes mowing, edging, reseeding, and fertilization. Spring will be here in a hurry, so call Robbins Lawn Service at 867-9233.
Now let's go to Paul Clark. Paul?
Thanks, Kurt. Chad, excellent win. Worked the mat very well, worked your opponent very well. Coming into these last 3 matches, yours was a key one. You had to win, I would say, going into these last 3.
Yeah, I figured we had to have a 10-point lead. Going in these last 3 matches, look right up here, we got a 10-point lead.
You've got a 10-point lead. You've got Alex King coming up, who's a state qualifier, as you were last year. Hopefully Fairfield, these last 3, they've got to come up with at least one.
Yeah, well, we got Ryan Pater. He's been working really hard this year. I don't think a lot of people really know who he is, and he's been cranking it up all year, and he's ready to go.
Okay, thanks, Chad. Good luck. I'll see you at state.
Now we're at the 171-pound category. Ryan Pater going for Fairfield and Alex King going for Lakota, Brian.
I tell you what, I know who both of these wrestlers are. When I was sitting in the chair coaching against them, Alex King is the state qualifier, and he is one very tough individual. And he should win this match. But Ryan Pater is a veteran also, and he's going to give him everything he's got. It's going to be one of those matches where you got to keep Ryan Pater pumped up. So that score doesn't get up very much.
Just underway, minute 35 in the first period. No score on that scoreboard as of yet in this match. Fairfield leads in the dual beat 26-16.
Alex King is a state senior and a state qualifier. He took 3rd last year in the district.
I'm kind of surprised no points as of yet, Brian, are you?
Oh, yeah. I would expect it to have been the score, especially we were almost talking a minute into our first period. But like I said, Alex King, he's a veteran, he's a senior, and he's been in a long time. But Ryan Pater, he's been in there a while, too. And he's giving it all his heart.
Both go out of bounds. Minute 1 in the first period. No score.
Ryan Pater played the line very smart there. Notice he got pancaked all the way to his back, but he was out of bounds. Very smart. Nice clean shot for Alex King. Is he going to get it? No, he did not. Nice counter with Ryan Pater.
Out of bounds. Still, Pater doing the job for Fairfield right now against Alex King.
I see one of the Lakota wrestlers standing up, and he's getting the Lakota crowd fired up. He said, get up there. I want to hear you guys yell. I want to hear you guys scream for it. He needs it.
40 seconds remaining.
They're standing. They're excited. I want to see him win this match. It's coming right down to the end.
First period, still no score. They're under 30 seconds.
Fairfield's winning this match 26-16 right now.
This is a match Lakota has to have.
You better believe it. I think they're going to call a stalemate. Yes, they call a stalemate. 17 seconds left, and at the edge of the mat. Brought back into the center. Whistle's blown. First takedown, very important in any match. First takedown wins 70% of the matches. Usually the first takedown will be scored in the first period.
I'll tell you, even though there's no score, that's probably a victory for Ryan Pater in this first period.
You better believe it, yes. He's going against the state qualifier.
If you've just joined us, we have here on 1450 WMOH the Lakota Fairfield dual wrestling meet from Fairfield High School. Fairfield is leading by 10 points, 26-16. Here in the 171-pound class is Ryan Pater of Fairfield against Alex King, the state qualifier of Lakota.
Alex King's now winning the match, 1-0. He got an escape on Ryan Pater, and he shoots in for a nice takedown. He does not get it. Good count on Ryan Pater's part. And I'll tell you what, they're both fired up. Look at them going at it. This is not going to be a dull match. This is going to be right down to the wire.
Pater, the underdog, definitely, but he's not giving an inch here.
I told you the first takedown wins 70% of the matches, and there still has not been a takedown. There's been an escape, and escape is usually a generosity point, you know? It's something you don't worry about, but the takedown is very difficult to get.
Minute 23 in the second period, 1-0, Alex King on the escape.
Hey, Ryan Pater almost got in some trouble there. He shot in, his elbows were out, and he got pain take, but he rolled through it. He's working on snap. See, his hands is up. He did not try it, though. Back drag. He's going to try and back drag. He's nice, clean back drag, but Alex King came up to his feet, and there was no point scored.
53 seconds remaining in the second period. 1-0, Alex King on an escape, leading over Ryan Pater of Fairfield.
This is an exciting match. And you feel the static in the air from the crowd. They're all up yelling and screaming. I don't know if the people can hear that, but it's definitely something that I'm glad I didn't miss. Ryan Pater's in a bad situation now. Alex King just scored 2 points, and they were at the edge of the mat. I have to agree with the official's call on that. That was a very good call. Some people would have called that out of bounds, but I think the official did a good job. But there was no out of bounds there. Both men had supporting points inside.
3-0, Alex King leading Ryan Pater as there are 4 seconds remaining in the second period.
I'll tell you what, that could be detrimental. That was the first takedown, and it was with only 4 seconds left. That's not the time when you want to give up any points, not with 4 seconds.
3-0. Let's turn it over to Bob Dalton. Alex King leading 3-0 as we enter into the final period. Bob, Brian and I both were saying we thought there were going to be a lot more points from Alex King.
Well, probably other than the Grove-Barton matchup, this is probably the other top matchup in the evening as far as the real quality wrestler from each team. Pater is, I think he's about 14-2 this year, so he's had an outstanding year. Record-wise, him and King are about even. Now, King obviously was a state qualifier last year, but Ron Pater is a real good wrestler, and this was where I think Coach Masonic was maybe hoping for another upset. But this is going to be a close match. You can tell the Pater's battling him real close. Lakota in the next 3 weeks, though, they're going to need to get a 4-pointer somewhere. It doesn't look like they're going to get it here. They're probably looking like they're going to get a 3-point victory here. They're going to need a 4-pointer out of 4 or 5-pointer out of Walker or Ewell in order to catch up with the lead that Fairfield has right now.
All righty, thank you, Bob Dalton. Minute 15 remaining in the final period. Bob Dalton and Brian Ruby are expert analysts tonight. I'm Kurt Ritt along with Paul Clark here on 1450 WMOH. Minute 13 remaining in the third and final period. Brian, with Alex King leading Ryan Pater 3-0. You're listening to 1450 WMOH, Hamilton, Fairfield. It's 9 o'clock.
It's a very close match right now. They're going at it. There's a lot of heart in this match. I think sometimes when you have a close match and you have a close match between two schools, you got to have some individuals that reach down deep inside and pull it off. You know, they got to reach down, they got to want it, and they got to show us a lot of effort with the heart. And I think this is what's going on right now. Alex King and Ryan Pater, they're showing a lot of heart in this match. They're reaching down deep.
Alex King talking to the official for a few moments. Now we're back, ready to go. 49 seconds remaining.
Ryan Pater's trying for a 1-point stand-up, and Alex King lifts and trips and puts him back down. Alex King counters very nicely, trying to go ahead and get the 2-point reversal. Did not work. Alex King gets hit with the stalling warning.
And if He should be hit again in the remaining 36 seconds to be a point for Ryan Pater. 36 seconds remaining. Alex King leading 3-0 over Ryan Pater. Lakota has to have this win.
That'll bring the score up to 26 to 19 in favor of the Fairfield if Lakota wins this match. But, you know, like I said, I've seen a lot of matches lost right with 1 second on the clock, and with the 3-0 difference, this certainly could happen here. If one person puts his guard down a little bit because he thinks he's won the match, it could happen.
Alex King is asking for a timeout. Injury timeout.
Now, during injury time, Alex King called the injury time, so Lakota cannot coach during this time, or it would be a team point awarded to Fairfield. However, Fairfield can coach to Ryan Pater. And I think the theory behind that is so that somebody doesn't call stalling warning injury time in order to get over to talk to the coach about what's going on. And it's not a good idea to call injury time unless you're actually injured, because it does put the advantage in the other man's.
Well, it's 17 seconds remaining, 3-0. Alex King leading over Ryan Pater. King from Lakota, Pater from Fairfield.
Ryan Pater has one of those looks on his face. He's not agreeing with everything that's going on there. I saw when the takedown with Alex King. He did not agree with that takedown, and that would have made a difference in the match.
And there we have it, 3-0. Alex King a winner. We'll be back after this word from Empress Chili on 1450 WMOH.
Cincinnati's famous original Empress Chili would like to invite the entire Butler County area in on a little secret. Empress Chili is open in Diplomat Village behind Major Video in Fairfield. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are special at Empress.
Alex King leading over Ryan Pater. King from Lakota, Pater from Fairfield.